What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to 3BR Off-Road. Today we're back on my Ranger getting some major upgrades done. And as you can see, this is the next big part. Thumper Fab frame section and Super ATV RZR 1000 diff. My frame, as you've seen in the past, has seen better days, and the tabs are actually pushing into the frame rails. It's really bad. It's just not good at all. This has been on the table for a while. I needed to get it done. And since we're going ahead and doing the 6-inch lift now, so I figured while everything's off the bike and off to getting powder coated, there's no time better to hack the front frame off and fit the section up. So I bought the diff first, knowing that it wasn't going to fit in my bike. I knew this was coming soon. I've been sitting on this for a little while. Definitely a much needed upgrade after this. This is my second or third front diff from a 900. Compared, there's just a no-brainer. I mean, it's literally the same price. Maybe a little bit more expensive, but the hell with that joke. No more. Move on to break other parts now. We'll find the next weak link. But yeah, this is actually the same frame section we did in AJ's wife's bike. They're pretty freaking stout. I'm really happy with them, the way they come out. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped to actually get this done. First thing I gotta do is finish the tabs for the link bars. I actually got started on the front ones the other night, so they're just tacked on for the time being. And then I need to make a plate to go across from frame rail to frame rail, and that's where those will bolt to. Also on the rear, we have some modifications we're going to do. So I think the rear link bars are going to go from somewhere in this general area, and we're going to run a bar from frame rail to frame rail, and that's where those tabs will come. Also, we were talking about these tabs just look really flimsy, and I've seen people break stuff off. They're literally just little tabs welded onto the tube. So we're going to take some of this square tube, cut it into a channel, and basically we're gonna take it and we're gonna taper it up to where it'll be taller up top to clear the portal bracket, and taper back into the A-arm and tie in all the way up to here. So I have somewhat of a game plan what's going on here. The rear end's still a little bit up in the air where exactly the link bar is gonna go, but we'll figure that out once we actually get there. Oh, another thing. So we talked about bracing these upper tabs. But with these, we're going to do gussets that come along the top and up, just to strengthen that up, because I am afraid that it's going to break. We might even plate the bottom. I just don't want to get out there and start breaking this stuff after it's powder coated. I'd rather just do all the bracing up front, get it out of the way, and move on and have fun riding, hopefully. But enough of me flapping my lips. Let's get to work on this thing. Alright, so I went ahead and made up some cardboard templates. Good old, yeah, bush lattes. Always keep your beer boxes. Come in handy. 4 of these to brace up on the rear A-arms, the bottom ones, those little tabs are showing, that's going to be the gusset there. This is the profile that we're going to need for the top upper A-arm that we're going to cut out of the square tubing. This is just the braces for the bottom A-arms on the rear to go between, on the very bottom, between the 2 tabs that go out to the portal bracket. And this is going to be what actually gets welded to the bottom of the frame that the tabs to the front link bars are going to get welded to. So, save everyone some time, let's make some brackets. Oh, that was fast. Kind of a little jump shot just to get it done. Had to cut all these by hand, use the plasma cutter, and then grind them all smooth. So they're not the most perfect things, but once they're welded in, you'll never know the difference. Thankfully, our buddy Josh, who cut up the rest of the tabs that are going to be going on my bike, is putting up his plasma table for sale. It's just a little 2x2 plasma table. And pretty sure we're gonna buy that thing. It'd be perfect for in here. I would like to have a big 4x8 table, or even a 5x8 or 5x10. I would love to have a bigger table, but it's just not realistic with the shop we're in now. And 90% of the stuff we do is small little brackets like this, little tabs. So this will help out tremendously. It'll cut down a lot of time. I just spent the last hour and a half cutting these out and grinding them, making, it's one thing to cut out that thing. This thing, it's easy. It's just one of them. But when you're cutting out 4 of these, and they all gotta somewhat match, so they don't look completely ridiculous on the bike, it takes a little while to get them right. So yeah, now I gotta clean up the rest of the A-arms and start getting this stuff tacked on. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright, I went ahead and drilled a few holes in the plate that's gonna weld to the bottom of the frame, that way we can plug weld it in a few different spots. Mocked it up there and kind of figured out where these tabs need to end up going, marked it on here so I can get all this stuff cleaned up and weld the tabs on before it's on the bike. Easier to weld the tabs on now than it is when it's upside down. Just I prefer welding like this, much easier. The plate's still gonna be a bitch to weld up, but I'd rather make some of my life easier, so we went ahead and did that anyways. Before we get too far into today's video, I wanna take a moment to plug a few things. We have a brand new Facebook page, 3BR Off-Road on Facebook. If you don't mind, go over there, drop a like. Everything's gonna be posted on there. All the links to the videos, any pictures, any short videos, any behind the scenes stuff, all that stuff's gonna go up on there, as well as our Instagram page, at 3BR Offroad on Instagram. Links in the description below. Also, if you haven't done so yet, check out our merch site, 3BROffroad.com. Link in the description as well, and probably somewhere on the page. Yeah, head over there, grab a shirt, hat, koozie, some stickers. Enough of the self-plugging, let's get back to the video. Alright, while I've been welding the tabs on the A-arms and all the braces, AJ's trip hazard, get that out of there. That's OSHA approved, right? Just like those shoes are. Oh, he ain't got Crocs on today. Normally you got Crocs on, you're in here cutting shit. I broke my Crocs. The first pair of Crocs AJ's ever bought. Only pair he's ever broke. Usually he finds them at the mud hole on the trail. You find one, and I don't know, 2 or 3 hours later you found the other one. It's happened more than once. Yeah. Pretty amazing, pretty amazing. Oh yeah, you can see our little patch there. Get a nice little section of that. Oh wow, you can see how bad, oh, both of them. Both sides are bad. Woo! And that's why companies like Thumper and Tater frame sections, that's why those two companies make those frame sections, because Polaris make frames. It's amazing this has held up as long as it has. So AJ got the whole frame cut out tonight. No frame! AJ was able to at least manage to get that out so we can start fitting the frame in now. So the tabs for the front link bars are welded on. Still have this bracket that needs to actually go. So this tab is still to get welded to the bottom of the frame, but I welded the link bar tabs to it. It's gonna sit in there just like so. Something like that. It's gonna get all welded up. That'll be for the front link bars. For the rears, we added an 1.5 inch bar between the frame rails and the tabs, and those will go down to the rear A-arms, which you'll see here in a second. I think we're gonna have to cut this out and brace it up some other way, because what I would like to do is ideally rotate these up a little bit higher so they're in line with the rear A-arm mounts back here. So if we can get them somewhat in line with those, it'll the link bars will work a lot better. Gonna try and manage to make that happen, but we'll see how well that works. And then the rear A-arms. Oh, turn the light off now. Don't need that. The rear A-arms. Tabs are welded on. Oh, come on, focus here. Tabs are welded on for the link bars. We gusseted it. We plated the bottom to connect the two lower tabs as well. Same thing over there. And then the uppers, we just added a little gusset. Basically took some 4-inch C-channel, cut it to fit, and welded it right to the top there, so it'd be like just a big gusset on top of there, big mud catcher. Should work pretty good. Hopefully it'll hold up. Those tabs were just sticking off, and there was nothing there. They would have ripped off with me driving 100%. We're actually going to hold off on powder coating for the time being, because eventually I would like to do away with these. Ideally, we do a ball joint delete on this. We just don't have the time with the time crunch going on. So we're just gonna throw some Keller ball joints in it. They'll be fine for the time being, but ultimately in the end, I think I really want to do a ball joint delete. Put some Heim joints in there. Just take out another weak link. I'm tired of breaking this thing. So we're gonna hold off on the powder coat for now. We'll just paint these black just so they can blend into the bike. No, not a big deal. We'll get it powder coated the right color once we get all the fab work done. All right, well, I've been doing a pretty crappy job at filming this whole frame process. I don't even have the camera with me. It's on my phone.
Kind of like the last frame we did.
Yeah, it's the same exact thing. You could literally go watch that video and it's the same exact thing. But fitted in place. Got my nice new crappy stock steering rack back in there. New diff fitted in there. Fits a lot nicer than the one in Boss Lady. Because we didn't have to make all this new. This is all good on my bike. All this stuff was pretty good. That frame, for being a newer bike, was in way worse condition for sure. But yeah, we have a little update on that as well.
Update in little.
It's a little update.
Bed's on it.
Bed's back on.
We gotta do drive shaft, still needs to be bolted in.
Yep. Rear frame stiffeners in.
Nope.
New lower A-arms are on the rear. Portal's all rebuilt. 40s are on. Actually I like the way it looks on the 40s. Looks good. It looks like you can actually clear them and not destroy everything.
We just prepped to be welded. We're not gonna fix the front for now.
Probably gonna end up either trying to get another cage and scabbing this one back together the right way, or doing custom. One of the two.
I'm kind of leaning towards the custom route myself.
But yeah, it's getting close. Cage is probably the biggest thing we got left.
Anybody knows or has the part number actually for the Rockford mounts, I'd appreciate that part number. I can't find them by themselves.
Because I don't think they're supposed to be there.
No, they make a set for them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Rockford does.
Oh wow, there's a lot of dirt in my face. Been grinding a lot tonight.
But this thing's almost done being unhodgepodge. Needs some more grinding work up here, obviously.
Oh yeah, it's been a few days since I actually filmed last. Actually, this video is gonna jump all over the place. It's been a mess. But when we last talked, I wasn't gonna get the A-arms powder coated, and that's still true. But they're sandblasted and ready to get painted for the time being.
They couldn't blow the sand off of them?
Yeah, that was kind of
Dick move.
We'll ignore that part for now.
Big gigantic blur.
Oh yeah, big gigantic blur. I don't even know how to blur stuff out. I'm gonna have to learn that crap. All right, I'm gonna get the weld down this rim section.